the hottest girl in our school, when her ex-boyfriend came into the room and tried to kill me. Let me tell you how that happened.
This is still as ridiculous as I remember it being. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and yes, this is part 2 of a video that I made back beginning of the year that has now got...
I was 14 when my parents got me and my little sister a new babysitter. But it wasn't just someone, it was Yasmin, the hottest girl in my high school.
The hottest girl in the school.
She was 3 years older than me and out of this world. I was watching Netflix in the living room and she sat next to me and said, "So, you are Chris, right?" I'd never talked to such a hot girl, so I blushed and only responded, "Yeah." She said, "Cool. I saw you on the schoolyard. You are pretty cute. You must have a lot of girls running after you."
Oh god, I forget how ridiculous this gets.
I responded, "Not really." And she said, "Oh, if I was your age, I would date you immediately." Then we watched a movie together, but after a while she said, "It's so hot in here. I hope you don't mind if I take off my sweater." Of course I didn't mind. And suddenly she was only wearing a crop top. Wow, she had such big breasts that I...
Okay, I genuinely have forgotten how out there this one was. This is actually... This is golden. This is like, okay, some of the animated storytime videos I've watched since this one, some of them have been pretty entertainingly bad, but I don't think any of them are ever gonna top this one. This one is just...
I really couldn't focus on the movie anymore. She said, "Do you want some ice cream?" I looked at her and said, "Yeah, sure." But for a split second, I looked down on her breasts and she noticed it and said, "Hey, so you like me?" Haha, I don't mind. You can look at me as long as you want. Was this really happening or was I dreaming? When she came
maybe dreaming.
back with ice cream, she asked me, "Are you good at school?" I said, "Yeah, I'm pretty good," which was true because I had already skipped a class. She continued, "Would you be interested in helping me with my history homework?" I responded, "Sure," and then we sat down together at the kitchen table. I mean, I did all the work while she was on her phone checking Instagram. But after I had finished her 200-word essay, she said, "Thank you so much, my handsome boy." And then...
It's been like half a year, and this is still funny and ridiculous at the same time, as it's always has been, and I just enjoy this for that.
she kissed me for several seconds on my cheek. I tried to put...
Looks like he had like an... I should be careful with what I say, because I don't want this video to be monetized.
Anyway, one day she asked me to prepare a presentation for her that required weeks of research and work. I told her I couldn't do it because I didn't have the time. But she said, "If you're gonna do all the work, you can do with me whatever you want for 30...
Okay, I just want to present this into the way it was. This was being targeted as more content aimed to younger people. At least that's what the phrase of this is. That's why it did so well. It's why it had 3 million views before it was removed.
Damn it, and went down to check if his friend was okay. And meanwhile, I ran away. For the next 2 days, I was too scared to go back to school. And when Yasmin came back to babysit my little sister, she told me, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My boyfriend found out that we kissed each other. He has always been easily jealous. It's so annoying." I didn't know what to think.
I mean, clearly she's cheating on him. She's just in it for the fun and trying to take advantage of you to get that homework done so she doesn't have to do it herself. I mean, there's a lot of things I didn't point out in the last time I went over this, and now that I'm going to be more sane-minded and not going to be laughing my ass off too much, I can actually point out these stupid flaws.
But while we were watching another Netflix movie, I heard a knock on the window and turned around. Holy F, it was Yasmin's boyfriend. Of course, I was extremely scared.
The biggest question is, how the hell did he find out where you live? Like, what information did he get to find out where you live?
But I still walked over to the window and said, "Hey, how are you?"
Maybe. Actually, considering that he went through his girlfriend's chats with him, probably found out his address via his parents' one.
And he responded, "Come out here. I want to talk to you in private." Well, I had no interest in getting beaten up, so I slowly pulled out my phone and called 911. But then, he took a big rock and smashed the window. As I saw him trying to come inside, I freaked out and quickly locked myself into my room. But then I heard him kicking against the door, trying to break in. I knew he'd be inside any second, so
This is also weird. Like, what kid would do? What person in their right mind would do something this stupid? Like, seriously.
Suddenly, he started shaking and fell to the ground. Behind him was Yasmin with a taser. She said, "My dad gave it to me." I took it out of her hand and continued tasing her boyfriend every few seconds until we had him tied up with ropes and the police arrived. But guess what his sentence was for trying to beat me up? He only had to change schools and got 60 days of communal service, which meant he could come back to my house anytime he wanted. Yasmin said she didn't feel safe at her parents' home, so she decided to move in with us.
I mean, in that case, like, I feel like the police would try to do a bit more than just, oh no, just got to move schools, you've got to do this and this and this and these set amount of criteria. Wouldn't they like do something to try and restrict his ability to go to your place as well? Like, wouldn't that be something logical that they would do?
She slept inside my bed.
Also, another thing that was pointed out in the comment section is about the taser. In America, that's kind of understandable. It happens a lot more than you think, to what I know. Like, I know a lot of people over the age of 18 tend to have a gun in their car. It's kind of just a normal thing to have some form. Some people have pepper sprays, some people, as we see here, have tasers.
While I slept on a mattress on the ground. But during her...
We knew that wasn't... This is not going to stay that way that long, is it?
I even put my arm around her. It felt so good. And then she took my hand and pulled it towards her, which meant my hand was laying...
This is like so bad.
And told me that her ex-boyfriend was extorting her with a video of her being naked and doing all kinds of naughty things. Either she would go back to him or he would send the video to everyone she knew. I told her she shouldn't care about the video.
I mean, in this stake, you should have never even considered the idea. You should have gone to the police officers, like, just say that what's happening, the situation around it, and what's been happening beforehand, and how this is pretty much follow-up from what happened in the past.
And 2 weeks later, when I saw Yasmin at my school, she had a bruise on her cheek.
Oh yeah, that bruise.
I went up to her and asked, "What happened? Did he beat you?" She looked down, ashamed, and only said, "Life isn't always perfect. I have to accept what I can't change." But I got so angry that I thought about going over to her ex-boyfriend's house to end his life.
That would be a stupid idea because you would end up in jail too. Big brain moment, big brain moments, everybody. Again, go to the cops. Simple problems require simple solutions.
I knew he deserved it, but I was also angry at Yasmin. I mean, why did she let him extort her? Anyway, when school was over, I followed Yasmin to her ex-boyfriend's home. And at night, I destroyed his whole garden and left a paper saying, "You think you can get away with breaking into my house? Ha ha ha!"
Such a childish... Like, thinking that would do anything is funny.
And then he spit on me and said, "Go away, loser." But I responded, "I kissed your girlfriend. She hates you. She would never be with a loser like you if you weren't extorting her." He responded, "Ha! You think you kissed my girlfriend? You are just a little boy. No girl would want you." But I said, "Yasmin, tell them the truth. Tell them we've kissed each other." She blushed and said, "Yeah, we did kiss each other."
I still don't understand like how this event even went in this direction. If she's so scared of being extorted, then why she would admit to it? I don't know. It's so stupid.
Suddenly, everyone around screamed, "Oh, this little guy kissed your girlfriend."
Hey, we know that model from somewhere.
Because this time, he got the maximum sentence of 15 years in prison for attempted murder. And it gets even better, because the police searched his whole house until they found the USB stick with the video that he had been using to extort Yasmin. He got another 5 years for that extortion and another 20 years for forcing her to be with him. Which means he won't be out of prison until he's 58. And there was one more good thing. After I had
Okay. One thing that was pointed out in the comments a lot, and I mean a lot, was the fact that he only got a 15-year sentence and apparently will come out when he's 59. No. he's got a 40-year sentence because he got 15 years for attempted murder, then he got another 5 for extortion, another 20 for forceful whatever nonsense that they came up with, which is technically speaking 40 years. Whether that okay, and now let's explain why did I do this again. Well, a few months back I made one of my animated storytime videos pretty much had a poll in it asking 85% of people who voted in that poll said yes. I honestly hadn't thought about doing it. I don't see the point. Would I be seen as scummy? But I thought I'd do it for the meme because I'm uploading every single day. Why not have a few meme videos going over something from the past again? It's hilarious to say the least. But anyway, if you did enjoy that video, make sure to leave a like down below, and if you haven't already, make sure to consider subscribing to the channel. It's 100% free, and you can always change your mind on a later date. But anyway guys, until next time, see ya!